Guys, what's up? Dave, Mr. White1. Thanks for joining me today. Outside the carburetorsuck.com garage. Well, actually, I'm standing in it. I'm looking out of it. Anyways. Heading out to the wrecking yard. So let's go out there and we'll see what we can find. I got a pretty big list, so if we get, half the stuff that's on the list, I'll be pretty happy. So let's hit it. Alright guys, made it back out to the wrecking yard. Some new inventory since last time. Got my little Chinese wagon with me here. I'm just gonna look around and see if I can find what's on my list. Alright guys, went to the wrecking yard today. So there's my list. Let's see how I did. I got radiator isolators, dipstick, LS dipstick tube, LS starter, LS battery to starter. That's wiring. LS battery to alt, turbo 400 dipstick. I was gonna look and see if I could find one that had some kind of better clearance, but I'll just order the one that I was talking about. Late model truck fuel pump and lines. I couldn't find, all the pumps were gone. Extended brake lines, I saw one 4x4, but that was it. I didn't measure my drive line. I was going to look for one, see if I could find one. There may be one out there, but I did not do that. Axle, brake lines, frame line, like I said, the brake lines, and then intake piping. So let's see how we did here. I got out there. It was a good day. I was out there about an hour and a half or so. And got a valve cover, so I needed the valve cover for my PCV, and then I found a starter. So I don't know, if it looked pretty decent. It's a reman piece, so if it works for a little while, then cool. Got me a dipstick tube. All right. Found a newer truck out there. Actually, I mean the engine, everything was gone, but I found the upper and lower radiator hoses, so they look pretty decent. So I'll run them. And then I got this part of the intake. I'm not sure how it's all gonna fit, but anyways, I think it sits like that. So we'll see. I know I got the battery and stuff on the one side, so I don't know. We'll see how it works out. If not, I'll switch it up. And then I got the booster to manifold hose with the little deal in there. And I found this was kind of, so I think, I don't know, no, it's a dipstick tube, and then this came off the same truck. But this was just laying there. I only had to take like one I just had to loosen it from the fuse box. But other than that, and like all the wiring's good, and yeah, this was out of like some kind of Tahoe or something. But yeah, so it's got the wiring that goes to the frickin' alternator and everything. That's one shot. I don't know why it's black and not red, but anyway, I don't care. The wiring all looks pretty good. I haven't pulled it out, but it looks good. And then I got this out of a semi-float 14 bolt. So yeah, what did I spend? 76 bones, baby. Let's see. The brake hose was $5. Battery cable, $2.75, dude, for the freaking battery cable. Is that awesome or what? Let's see. Radiator hose, $11. Dipstick tube, $2.75. Air cleaner housing, $5.50. Rubber hose. What was that hose? Oh yeah, that freaking brake hose, dude. That's awesome. Valve cover, $5. Starter, $22. I mean, starter's like $1.50 if you buy it from frickin' O'Reilly's or somewhere. Yeah, they charged me a $10 core charge on it, but whatever. Whatever. So that's awesome. I mean, I don't know what the value of this is, but I would imagine upper lower radiator hoses, dipstick tube, starter, valve cover. I mean, that deal, if you had to buy it new, everything. I mean, I don't know. I would think you're probably looking somewhere around $300-400 for all this stuff. So, anyways, I would think, because that's like, the starter's $1.50 by itself, and then, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, $250, $300 somewhere, I don't know. But anyways, $70, $76 works for me. So yeah, awesomeness, yeah. And yeah, it was nice out there today. The weather was good, and man, most everything was already off. Like everything was just laying like. These the lower and upper and lower radiator hoses, they were just laying in the back of a bed. I found that the brake booster line, it was just laying there. I did have to pull the valve cover off, but everything was all off of the engine anyway, so it was easy. And then I had to pull this line off. I spent the rest of the time just kind of walking around and looking for stuff. A lot less square bodies in there. Only a few square bodies. Most of it's like, now everything's starting to be like the 90s trucks. Like that still use the, just the small blocks and stuff. But a lot of that stuff in there now. A lot of LS stuff. There was probably, I don't know, probably 5 or 6 LS trucks. Most of those, it's funny because like it depends on what yard you go to, but the yard that I go to, it's busy, and I don't know why, but like every LS truck, like most all the engine stuff's there, like the heads and the valve covers and like everything is, as far as the engine is there, but like very seldom is there a battery cable or a starter. Like everybody takes the starter and the battery cables, and it's like then the fuel pump is missing out of like every LS truck. I don't know why. Like I see the bucket and stuff, so maybe people are just, they just get in there and break it apart and try to get the pump, I guess. So they just break up the frickin' the module. But anyways, but yeah, so it's weird, like weird stuff's missing. I tried to find the bolts for the starter, but they were long gone. I mean, I looked everywhere and couldn't find it. That was the only LS starter I could find, and it actually, I looked up there and it wasn't there, and I was like, dang it, and I was like, well, maybe I'll just look under, and I seen it laying up underneath the truck. So I said, yeah, let's grab it. So that's it. I'm talking your ear off. I am talking your ear off, but I just feel happy. I got a good score at the wrecking yard, and so this saves me a lot of money right here. So just brake lines and fuel lines and stuff now. It's just putting everything back together, and I don't know if I want to be able to fit them. I got these seats over here, if you can see, but it's kind of messy. I won't show you over there, but I got those seats. I'm going to see if I can do it. Otherwise, I might. I got a guy that does upholstery, and he did some upholstery work for me in the past, and I might see if he can maybe do that bench seat if I ended up going with the bench. I like the buckets though, and I have a nice console that came out of the K5, so I don't know, we'll see. Alright guys, what's up? A little under 100, it's about 7-ish. And it's Monday. I figured I'd get out here and get a little work done. I think I'm going to start off by putting booster on. Doesn't that look nice? A lot better coming out here and seeing it on some 35s instead of those old busters. Alright guys, getting a little bit done tonight. I got this rear brake line on. This is the one I got from the wrecking yard out of a just a semi-float 4x4. Yeah, like a 90s something or other. But anyways, it fits, so I just gotta get the down, a little down action to put up in there. And so anyways, everything seems to be fitting okay, and no problems. So at least those are on there. I just want to get it out of the way before it got bent. And then coming over here, got the booster on, and got everything inside. One thing I always get in a hurry, I try to put these wheels on just to make it look better, but then it's like everything in my engine bay, it's like freaking 5 feet tall now. So I crawl in there. Might leave the fender off for a little bit longer, to make sure everything's good, but yeah, it'll be alright. I did get the those upper and lower radiator lines. I might just kind of fit them on right now, just see what they look like, and then wrap it up. But I did get I got the pedal and everything connected. You can see there, but the little bracket or the where it comes through, so that, there it is. You can see that. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Yeah. So I got the booster hooked up, and then I got it hooked up to that bracket that goes to the brake switch. I'm gonna probably get a different brake switch, one that has like the 4 plugs coming off of it, just because I want to. I gotta wire in a brake control for this sucker. Oh yeah, here's the inside. It's clean inside. It's super clean inside, but we won't be getting to it for a little while. But yeah, everything's slow. Like today, it's freaking just hot because there's like no breeze or nothing. It's just one of those days where it's just, I don't know, it's just so still and you're just sweating like a mug. Anyways, I'm gonna try to fit these hoses on, see what they look like. Alright, so I fitted the upper and lower radiator hoses here. I think this is how this must be how it goes on the trucks. This may be a little different since this is I think this is like an L92 water pump. It may pitch the upper deal out a little bit. I'm not sure. It touches it, or the upper radiator hose touches this intake piping just a little bit. It's not enough to kink it. It just touches a little bit. So just to show you there, I don't think it'd be much of an issue, to be honest with you. But the hoses are pretty new. They're fitting. I typically wouldn't use used hoses, but shit, I mean, you can't frickin' beat a couple bucks. They're like off of like a brand new truck, so I gotta get some clamps, but I wanted to see how they fit. These weird people fly drones over my house. But anyways, so you got the intake right here for the air, so maybe I could find a way to build some kind of filter box, or else just kind of, you know, pipe my cone filter here somewhere. I know the battery's going to be over here. I relocated it. It's typically here, but it's relocated over here. So once I get my fender on, then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to be doing with the intake piping. But at least I got the bend situated, so hopefully I'll be able to use this piece. It's a factory piece, and like I said, it's touching, but I don't think it's bending. It's not really putting a bend in there. It's just touching the intake, so I ain't sweating that. Yeah, so we'll go from there, get it figured out. But she's coming together, and I was pretty happy. I found that I got this positive or this negative lead out of the wrecking yard, and now I found that big positive lead. It goes to the starter, the alternator, and the battery, and so that's pretty awesome. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap it up here tonight, and we will continue on tomorrow or the next day.